Well, let's check it in.
All right, real life Alex on Instagram. My dad just started the asylum process last year. It was granted on May 2022, and he immediately applied for us. My brothers are under the age of 21, so they can come 100%, but I am 24. He arranged my own lawyer. I want to ask, what is the waiting time to bring a spouse and children after granted asylum?
He's married?
No, not the 24-year-old.
Oh, okay. So
I think he might, when he said spouse, it might be the his dad's wife.
As long as he was under 21 at the time, he's okay when the asylum application was filed.
So no, it said my dad just started the asylum process last year, and it was granted on May 22.
He was over 21
so
already.
He was over 21.
Okay, so you are out of it, unfortunately, because you were over 21 at that time. Mm-hmm. So if you're in the United States, you can make your own asylum claim.
He's not in the United States.
Then he has to wait on his dad to get a green card. His dad can't file for a green card till 2023, May of 2023. He won't have his green card till May of 2024 or later. And then he would have to file an I-130 for an unmarried son over the age of 21, which will be about 7 years. And sometime in the 2030s, you will get your green card. That's not good.
Yeah.
So we got to figure out another way for him to help this kid.
Another way.
Yes.
All right. Daryl Winnabaugh on YouTube. Can a pending COS to student applicant with a tax ID have problems when he tries to file for adjustment of status?
Yes, if you have a tax ID, that means you filed a tax return, which means you declared income from unlawful employment unless you had a work permit associated with that tax return and all your employment. But then if you had a work permit, you'd have a social, you wouldn't need a tax ID number. So I think, yes, you have a problem as I logically go through it.
Yes. Gracie Thomas on Facebook. If my daughter reached 21, will she be qualified for the Child Protection Act? Our priority date is November 8th, 2008, and DQ for January 5th, 2021. Application approved May 16th, 2020.
As long as you paid the fees at the National Visa Center within 1 year of visa availability, and your daughter was under 21 at the time, she is qualified under Child Status Protection Act.
PD on YouTube. Will a charge of homicide by vehicular not involving alcohol affect immigration process?
Homicide will affect immigration process. It's vehicular manslaughter. Could be very well an aggravated felony and a crime of violence, and you can never get a green card. Why would you think that wouldn't affect it? Somebody died.
I think the fact that it wasn't.
Who cares if there's
alcohol.
no alcohol? Mm-hmm. Somebody died,
mm-hmm.
and somebody was criminally liable, not negligent, not civilly negligent. That it was a car accident. There was a criminal charge against the person, whether it's alcohol or not.
Yeah.
It's like saying, I shot somebody, but I wasn't drunk. So what, you still shot him?
Well, when you pull the trigger, that's different from accidentally.
It's not, but this is not an accident. This is manslaughter.
Yeah.
This is criminal liability. It's not civil liability.
Would it, just because I'm asking, would it matter if it, because like Brandy, when somebody hit her from behind, she hit a car in front, the singer, and they died.
But that's negligent. She didn't do anything that was criminally liable. So she would have been fine. She wasn't charged with criminal, manslaughter.
Gotcha. All right. Gaia3 Sanker on Facebook. I came to the U.S. in December 2021. My husband got 221G because he did not have a police clearance certificate from Qatar. If he's not getting PCC from Qatar, what are the other documents to submit in the U.S. Embassy in order to obtain a visa?
I don't know who's sponsoring this husband. He didn't get it because of the police clearance. Well, you got to get an updated police clearance. You'll probably need updated affidavits of support. I'm not sure what else is going on with this case. I would need to know more. But certainly those two things for sure.
Unstoppable J Lovely Cam on YouTube. My husband filed for my children, his stepchildren. for my children, his stepchildren. They became DQ in October 2021. They're in Jamaica. Can you say how much longer for their interview date?
I can't, but Jamaica's backed up over a year.
No Star on Facebook. I lost my 10-year green card during a house moving process. I have since reapplied to USCIS for a replacement. Went to the interview last October and redid my fingerprint, but I'm still waiting for the card. Next year, I'll be eligible for citizenship. Can I apply for that without having the physical green card back?
Yeah, you don't need the physical green card to apply for citizenship.
Hannaford Casita on Facebook. What happens if my son applied for his citizenship, but we did not know about the Army enrollment when he got his green card?
Well, if you didn't know about it, you're talking about the selective service. When he got his green card, if you didn't know that you had to apply for the selective service, it's not a bar to becoming a citizen. If you knew and just ignored it, then that's a bar and you can't file for citizenship till you're over 31. So, you have to first go online to the selective service, see if they mailed you a notification. If they didn't mail you a notification and you weren't aware that you had to apply for the selective service, that should ultimately be forgiven at the citizenship interview.
Okay, Omugabi and Samba on YouTube. My asylum has been approved, but I had written to USCIS to withdraw it because I had 130-485 petition. But USCIS never withdrew my asylum. What can I do? Can I withdraw the I-130 and I-485 application? Won't the withdrawal of the asylum I sent to USCIS affect the approval decision I have received? I wrote to them on May 19, 2022, but they have not responded.
What is it? He wants to get his green card through marriage or through the asylum?
So the asylum has been approved, but had written to USCIS
well, if it's
to
approved,
withdraw
then it was never withdrawn.
Right.
So if you want, you can get your green card through asylum, or you can withdraw the asylum and continue the green card through the marriage adjustment.
Victoria Tompkins on Facebook. Can someone get admitted back to the U.S. after voluntarily getting deported on a drug charge 12 years ago if married to an American citizen?
No, if you have a drug charge, you cannot come back.
Okay, 3 more. Ronella on YouTube. I got married in 2019 and moved to the U.S. and adjusted my status. My 2-year green card will be up in March 2023. I would like to get a divorce. Will I be able to get my 10-year green card next year?
If you have a 2-year green card and you can show it was a bona fide marriage for some period of time after you got your 2-year green card, which means you lived with the spouse, you had a financial relationship with them for some period of time, nobody says you have to stay in an unhappy marriage, you can get a divorce, you can file on your own to get your green card on your own without your spouse. He or she is off the case, and you file for a waiver of the joint filing, you'll get an extension of your green card, and ultimately, as long as you can prove you're divorced and it was a bona fide marriage, you'll get your tenure.
Jody Ann on YouTube. What type of waiver should I ask my doctor for if I'm not vaccinated and have the VAWA green card interview in a couple of months?
Well, do you have a medical? If the doctor can say that you have a medical issue taking the vaccination, something terrible is going to happen to you, you have some sort of allergy to the vaccine, then the doctor can write it. The doctor's not going to write a letter saying she just doesn't want to take it. So, I mean, what are you going to, I'm not a doctor. What's the medical problem? Why you can't take the vaccine?
Yeah. Do you think that letter would, affect it?
If the doctor says there's she'll die if she takes this vaccine.
No.
Yeah, but, you have to show like a severe medical reaction.
Mm-hmm. All right, last one, Tosin Taiwo on YouTube. I filed for VAWA September 2020. I've yet to receive my work authorization. I tried expediting the work permit, but got denied. I've received 3 prima facies since then. I'm worried. What else can I do?
Nothing's. Hang tight. It's taken over 3 years for VAWA cases now. Thanks for watching. For more Bradshaw Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.